an alpine meadow is actually a lake, we can just go back to the forest. Although that might be wise in general in terms of not being exposed.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Just in case, though, I'm gonna throw my rope to anyone that's within 50 feet of me, just in case some of us, if either one of us, just like, I don't know, randomly fucking falls in the water.
Okay.
Gregor will step lightly, poking forward with his stick to try to find the edge of the lake, like off to one of the sides to see if there is a way around it.
You mean stepping backwards off of it?
Left or right?
Or stepping forward?
Because we're on the lake right now.
Is there any room to maneuver either to the right or the left where there may not be like?
Yeah, you just have to go back to the edge of it roughly.
Mm-hmm.
Like shift around. But you could probably find something. Like I wouldn't say it would be hard, especially if all of you are looking. So you would see it's about 1,000 to 1,500, somewhere between there, meters wide. So it roughly would look like this. A little bit more like that.
Oh, real skinny boy.
Do we want to go around Albion?
Albion will look over to Briggy, and he'll say,
we aren't that far across already. I can see the edge from here. If we backtrack, we wouldn't waste much time. It would be safer.
We might. Though if we spread out and drag our equipment behind us, we'd probably be relatively safe.
he like scans in a 360 degrees radius? No, like area. Kind of gauging how far we'd be from like any edge if we were in like the middle of this lake.
We'd be very exposed, but nothing could come out to attack us without us noticing.
It's unlikely.
No, we wouldn't want to get attacked on top of a frozen lake. Just a thought.
But adding another mile to our journey is only going to pay dividends in the end.
Doran, do you think the time we would save by crossing this lake would be worth the risk?
I think given the fact that actually, let me roll. Oh, that's too true.
It's about that time.
That's
He has a +6, man.
Does Doran use his once a day reroll?
I don't know if this is the place to do it.
Burn him
I'll leave that. Oh, actually, there's someone that has a better.
I do. Wait, no, I only have a 5.
No, we would be fine if we crossed it.
Who says that? Erica?
Correct. Snow has settled upon it, meaning it's thick enough that it's not collecting more. As long as we don't group up, we'll be fine.
How the hell is she still able to talk so confident when it's fucking cold?
I think she just has confidence.
If we need warmth, we can tap the hot air in there.
Oh my goodness. While they're having this debate, I'm gonna concentrate on trying to be invisible.
Oh yeah.
Or unseen, or whatever.
Do you definitely think the fact that you're already getting cold is helping with that? However, if anything just is looking at you it might be pretty hard. However, if they're cold sensing or if they're heat sensing for you, you might be good.
All right then. I think we should cross.
I agree. We spread out, do a herringbone formation, drag our gear behind us so as we don't put too much point of impact on any one piece of ice.
You heard the woman. Spread out.
And if you feel the ground giving beneath you, go down to all fours. It might be taxing, but it'll get you across safely.
Disperses your weight. Right.
Halbjorn will so drag our gear behind us. So like Halbjorn removes his pack, ties one length of rope, or one end of the rope around his waist, the other to his pack. Right?
Mhm.
Is that what she means? Okay.
Yeah, that's what she's doing.
The only thing he's carrying in his hand is his shield.
So you travel through with the sound strategy, nothing happens.
Hey.
As you make it through to the other side of the pines and regroup and grab your equipment back, you can see the large drag marks, but it's just so quiet on the mountains. As you push forward, you start going to where the pines start clearing a bit and where the climb starts to begin. You notice there are many jagged outcroppings, but nothing so steep that it can't be walked up. Nothing that requires necessarily ropes. Although with the ice and the jagged rocks, a fall would be pretty damaging. However, at this point, you've been traveling for about 8 hours. Even though the mountain isn't that big, progress is slow because the bottom portions of it are very wide. As you can see, it almost needle likes its way up to where it gets very steep towards the top. So as you are beginning to lose daylight, what do you do?
We would still have a few hours left of daylight, right?
You got here about 7, 8, about 8. You've been going for 8 hours. So it's about 4:35.
Oh, hey. Would our water skins have frozen, or we have been smart enough to like put that like in your armor or under your armor?
Do you look?
He checks because I just fucking thought of this again.
All your potions and water skins have frozen.
Yay, I'm intelligent, but just too late.
It's okay, we just have to fucking piss on them.
Instead of a
healing
healing
them up-
potion, you get a healing popsicle.
Would
That means
That's
we can inject it into people now by stabbing them with
That's just called a
frozen
fentanyl lollipop.
Hey, who do you think here choose their ice?
not what?
I feel like
Erica.
Halbjorn chooses ice.
Hey,
Halbjorn is ice.
I think Paul might choose his ice just to spite Halbjorn if he does it.
Briggy, she has those big fucking dwarf teeth.
The
Like a
Nashers.
donkey's.
Logan drinks something with ice, but doesn't care if there's ice in the liquid itself, and then he eats the ice just to get it over with.
Anyway, so what do we do? We're losing daylight. We should spend the last bit of light we have looking for shelter,
Yes, we should.
Yeah. And if we
preferably
set
towards
fire,
our destination.
I was saying if we set up fire, then that would be like the biggest beacon in the world up here. So heating is a weird problem.
Yeah,
Unless we could find like a well-covered kind of caverny type vibe.
Halbjorn, do you want us to range ahead again to look for an outcropping or something?
Say again. What was that the beginning part?
He just asked Halbjorn if he wants them to range ahead again to look for that.
Yeah, he gives a nod.
Try to find perhaps a cave or outcropping, as you said. If you can find a spot where the snow has touched all the better.
Bradford, you're in the back. You see Casper sort of like walking slowly and continuously looking behind him.
I check behind him to see if there's anything there.
There isn't. As he sees you look back, he looks at you. Do you think it's possible that that lake of ice might have been more to keep something in?
Is this paranoia or is this something you're trying to figure out?
You see him look and then he shakes his head. That must sound ridiculous.
I trusted your intelligence, but in a moment like this, we need to define what is concern and what is something we should actually give a damn of thought. Does that make any sense?
Right. Must just be the cold.
Can you like a once over to see if like just check his head.
Do we all hear this?
But I would say anyone near the back probably did. So if you think that's you, then yes.
Quint is in the back. Fucking hates the cold.
Lucian's definitely in the back.
With an 11, it's hard to say. It's getting miserably cold. Like,
Would I have guidance?
ones
from
are
Clint on
weird.
that?
What's up?
Would I have guidance from Clint on that insight check?
I'm not giving it.
Oh, cool.
Would we
I
roll
don't know.
survival if we're
Yes,
looking for
absolutely.
cave or outcrop? You want to roll with advantage, or you want the both roll, Katie?
Either way, I don't care. Sorry.
Let's give you advantage. You're a little better.
Worked out last time. Worked out this time.
Yeah, as you start walking and the sun starts hanging low and low. So it gets darker here specifically because the mountain is to the west. So the sun crests it far sooner than it does, say, something far east.
No.
But you do see several caves.
Do we see any signs of anything moving around the outsides of the caves? Like anything that's left tracks or disturbed anything?
How close
I try to creep up close enough to be able to see stuff like that.
You see that there are like leathers that block the entrance to the cave. Like there's like a makeshift palisade with leather behind it, meaning you can't see in.
Gregory will stalk back over to Flora, who I imagine is a little bit behind, but it's just up to you where you are. But that was how it was in the feeder room. No one thought to ask if the mountain is inhabited.
Yeah, that feels like an error on our part.
There are signs of people living there, or something.
Recent signs.
He'll shrug and then do the kinda gesture with his hand.
As As you're talking about this, Doran comes up. He says, "The survivors of Karloff, his descendants, they once claimed this mountain as their own, sought to seek out into the western expanse that no one has ever came back from. It's entirely possible people might live up here still, though contact has been lost for many a century."
Are they friendly?
I don't think you can reasonably guess if no one has talked to them in 100 years.
I guess we should ask Halbjorn and Briggy what they want to do about that. I'll head back and inform our team leaders what's going on with the caves.
I'll head back a little bit, but not all the way, so that I can keep an eye on the cave wall.
Gotcha. Okay.
You know, not just standing at the entrance, like
Right, like, hello, please shoot me. Or run out and maul me.
Hello, have we
Hello.
heard our Lord and Savior Sangelia?
I'm alone now.
Be a shame if there was some tribe of cannibals that ate me. So
Oh
you
no,
bring this
don't eat me.
information back, and Loghain chimes up. They're probably, if they are in there, they're good folk. We offer them something in trade. They could offer us shelter.
They're good folk.
Did we pack enough supplies to share with strangers?
I mean, we got good berries.
Suppose
And-
the question becomes, are we willing to trade supplies for comfort?
Can we get like a marker on the map, like how high up we are currently?
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great idea.
It's gonna be like right here.
Can we right
here,
there?
right here.
This one in the in the foreground.
We're here. We're not even at the big mountain yet. We're like a day's travel away from
Yeah,
it.
we have to go
It's gonna be
down
like-
this mountain, go through this valley, then upwards.
That's not
Okay.
bad.
Yeah, actually, probably about right here, because y'all shot medially. Because you didn't go around the lake. Which actually gave you an easier climb. But
Hell yeah.
There's not to skill.
As I
Yep.
pointed out,
Yeah,
we
yeah,
have
it's-
good berries, so we could provide some food for them and just have a less hearty meal for us tonight. But
Would we have the means to communicate?
that is a good question. If they've been isolated for so long, they might not be able to even speak our same language.
It's not a bad idea to find out if they're friendly or not.
hard to say, but it's likely if someone could. Khan at least knows the tongue of the goblin. I know many of Karloff's ranks were Hobbs.
We could.
Good decisions make it already.
Flora, Gregor, these caves, were they close together?
What did the layout look like to you?
You saw three. Two were about 500 feet apart. One was about 700 feet apart from the rest.
They're a little spread out, but they might intersect. I'm not sure.
Gone. Would you feel up to communicating with these? What did you call them?
Descendants
Goblinoids?
of Karloff.
How do you spell Karloff?
Is it like this?
It's pathetic.
Is it like this?
Yep.
Oh, I nailed it!
That's simple. If it means a warmer bed, then yes.
I'll go with him.
Very well. I would like 1 or 2 more to go with them.
Should we be ready for a fight if they're not friendly?
Be ready to defend yourselves. The rest of us should stay within the earshot, but not where we can be seen or smelled.
So how many do you want to send in there?
Clint, you volunteered.
I volunteer, and I might have a way to get us out if we need to get out.
Very
Although
well.
it would sour relations really fucking fast.
Well, if you have to get out of there, I think relations would already be soured. Anyone else volunteer?
I can. You hear Caster pop up. I can stay outside. I can be in there very quickly.
So wait, he can stay out. So he's not going with them.
He'll be out. He'll go with us, but not into the building or the
Right.
cavern.
Like, if y'all be here, he can stay here because he can bridge the gap faster than anyone not named Clint.
Right.
Gregor will volunteer. We're going there.
Yeah, I guess it would be faster than that. Yeah.
Do you guys y'all want some good berries for bargaining chips?
Are we giving them the good berries, or are we giving our rations and we use the good berries?
This is a
Because the good berries only last 24 hours. So if we want to scam them, we could give a bunch of good berries that only expire in 24 hours.
I think Halbjorn will go on.
If we have to offer, go with the good berries first. We can always heat the rations and get some warmth in our bellies.
I don't know if I want to heat anything on the mountain, though. The good berries will pop them and done.
Should we have one of the team leaders come inside? Or
I'll come with.
You
The
see
descendants of Karlov are mostly Hobbs, you say, right?
a good portion of them were, yes.
Okay. And then, if I remember, orphanage... that time back in the orphanage, Hobbs respect people of heroic capacity. Look at Halbjorn. So you should fit right in.
Of what capacity?
Heroic.
Heroic.
That being said, I ain't a hero, so if you want, I could like twiddle my fingers, ready to cast disguise self, change my appearance, make you look more important. Guy walking around with 2 Hobbs by his side.
You wouldn't want to do that.
No.
The Hobbs are practical people.
Then we might have to lead the trade with actual rations and the good berries. If you're thinking practicality.
So, who goes?
Type 1 in chat.
didn't Clint say he's not going?
No, I am going.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I have
Of course.
guys and I'm the smoothest talker.
Khan will go.
I can go or not go.
Clint will go. Gregor will go.
Where's say Katie?
I said I could go or not go depending on.
You can be on the breaching team of Caster.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay.
ready to break down the door, FBI style. If things go bad, just say the word and jump person.
So you enter.
Bradford will be on the breaching team as well.
Okay. You climb over these palisades, move them out the way, however you do. As you enter past these leather, I guess like curtains, almost.
Oh, before we go there, I'm gonna
Mhm.
tell everyone that's entering like a code word if they think I'm gonna need to cast jump person, get us out of here. The code word code word is pumpkin. Have fun with that.
Pumpkin. Gotcha.
Have fun with it. I don't know how that's gonna enter conversation, but that's the fun.
As you enter, first, you notice that you're standing on wood.
They're on the ground.
But besides that, it is a still quiet. There are no lights to be found.
Ah, shit.
No lights to be found, huh?
Correct.
No,
Oh, actually, Hellbjorn, roll a dex save.
Okay. Ah, oh, this is.
Hey, is COD level 6?
Nope.
Does it have work?
You don't roll a dex save. Okay. You trip as you enter. Because the wood is fashioned in a way that it's like a foot raised off the ground. So the leather flaps can't get blown by the wind in to let the snow in.
Okay, so building an elevation.
But that's it.
Okay.
I just
you're
helped
the
pull
bait.
him up. Not off to a good start. But doubly so, I don't see anyone in here.
No hear anyone.
So it's dark in here, you said, correct?
Yeah, it's a cave.
Okay.
I don't suppose any of you know how to make magical light.
On does, right?
Let's come.
On does.
Yeah, I was gonna say we talked about
I
it,
feel
but
like
none of
that's
us had
Khan
it.
saying that. Khan does.
the way of you know how to cast magical light, Khan does.
Then
Thanks, Khan.
I guess
It's,
he casts on
Is he-
something of himself, right?
yeah, he lights it up and illuminates the area with his shield. And you see there are several tents and braziers and cooking spots. But more importantly, you see all the floor and the walls have been lined with like bark.
Mark.
Except where the cooking fires. Oh, actually, no. Even where the cooking fires are, because they're in like a pot that's elevated off the ground.
Like a fire stand.
Everything is covered in bark. But it is empty.
There's still tents here, though.
Correct. Yeah.
Any evidence of recent use?
None.
Can I try and use my half woven senses to smell or get any whiff of anybody that was here?
You catch a nice big whiff, and it smells like there's a stagnant smell to everything.
Musty.
Like the air has had no circulation in quite some time. But nothing rancid or rotten or decayed.
I haven't been here in a while.
Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion and make the sound of like a snake just hissing in the background just to see if anything reacts to it.
It's hearing it echo off all the walls. Nothing. It truly. Yes, the legendary mountain snake. Is
Frozen over.
You'd be really fucking confused as to what the noise would be if you never encountered a snake before, wouldn't you? Like a British person.
Oh, good heavens!
Britain does have snakes. Britain does have snakes.
Yeah, the fucking St. Patrick got rid of them all.
Although that was an analogy for non-Christian people when they said snakes, but
So I guess
nothing.
is this a large cave and does it continue on?
It's about probably 100 feet in radius.
But it is a more or less immediate dead end. There's like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are small little paths that lead to where like maybe a rat could fit through, but not a
Mhm.
human. And you see most of them have been like padded off.
Wait for Ratches to show up again. Hey, kid. 100-foot radius?
Yeah, so fairly sizable. And you see about 7 tents in there.
I don't know if I like this or not.
When I say tent, not like a pop tent, but like
Or like a lean-to.
four person tent.
Mhm.
And you see they're made out of like shaggy hide. Like I guess what you'd probably imagine like a mountain goat would look like.
If something were to attack in the night, we would be trapped in here. But it's safe from the elements, and any sound or light we produce would be blocked off by the leather.
You don't think they're all gone for the day and they're gonna come back at night or something, right?
They haven't been here in a long time.
Right.
All evidence points to this being abandoned.